So hello everybody, this is the third in our new series of Nobody Talks Anymore podcasts, and I'm delighted to be joined by, you're Bolton, aren't you, James?
Berry.
So
Ooh,
I beg your pardon, I'm very sorry. I'm from down
Sorry.
south, see, I'll just use that as an excuse. But I'm very delighted to be joined by, can I just say singer-songwriter, James Hartley,
Yeah, that's fine.
from Bury, which is still Greater Manchester, isn't it? So
Yeah, it is. Still T4, isn't it? So
it begins with B. I was halfway there. So how are you doing, James?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Sam. How are you?
I'm very well, yeah. Very
Good stuff.
well, considering. Quite nice to get into the new year now.
Yeah. It was definitely good to see the back of last one. It was unbelievable, really,
I
wasn't it?
know. It just never
There's no
ending, wasn't it?
Yeah, for some reason, like, do you know at Christmas, where do you know, like, you have that week in between Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, and it's just like every day rolls into one. It was like that for 9 months. And, just literally watching Gavin and Stacey for about 9 months, just not doing it.
But it's like Groundhog Day, isn't it? Like every single day is the same. And I just found like the only thing that really changed was like the seasons, wasn't it? Like I go out on the same walk every day from like when it started all the way through to now, and like in my mind everything's kind of still the same. It just looks different. But yeah, crazy old year.
Yeah, like when it first happened, I mean, we were quite like, you know, we got really lucky with the weather over here, didn't we? And it was like, oh, you know, you can go on walks and stuff. So everyone was going like posting pictures, going, oh yeah, I love where I live. And then like 3 months later, you're going, oh, well, weather's shit again now. Like, what can we do?
To be honest, I think it was a blessing in disguise because just about the start of spring, it was like April and May, were it was like the most amazing weather ever.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was
It
lovely.
was so nice. And because I found, because there was nobody going out, obviously all the emissions and the fumes were reduced. So like going out on walks like around where I lived, it was like everything was like more vibrant and clear because obviously there
Yeah.
wasn't any pollution, and it just felt just like, yeah, just amazing. But
No, it was. Did you see the pictures of Blackpool Beach that were knocking around on Facebook?
what, during the first lockdown?
Yeah, during the first lockdown, like when absolutely nobody were going out, like like all the sea was clearing up. There were no rubbish on like front and that. It looked top draw. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe they should do
And
it
then we
every
all
year,
went,
just enforce like a 2 week lockdown.
yeah,
Everyone just have 2 weeks off. Just let everything settle down. But I think it is quite important actually. I think it does show like what we're kind of doing to the environment,
yeah,
and I
definitely.
think that is an issue later down the line once this is all over. I think people should really think more about as well.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah,
Yeah. So then, James, tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know that your current venture is not your first venture. You were in a band, weren't you, before?
I was. Yeah, I was, and yeah, I was in a band called Costello, and we were doing all right, and got a few good gigs and stuff. But then, like, we just went our separate ways, and then, yeah, I thought I'd have another crack at it. So I started like writing loads of songs, and I thought, right, we are gonna have this now. This is our year. And then lockdown happened, and then I thought, ah, shit, no, it's not. And then, but yeah, we've got. It was a good time to like, since leaving the band, we had that. I released one song called Amsterdam, which did all right. And then, yeah, it gave me more time, to write more. And it was like, when we was able to start rehearsing again, like we got the band sounding pretty tight, and we got out once last year, and we were quite lucky to do that. Me and my boys, because I've got session musicians behind me.
Ah, I was going to say,
So
you work with the band.
yeah, it was still yeah, you need a bit of a band, don't you, to like, get things going a bit, and like to have a laugh when you go on road and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Oh, I can imagine Matt being like a solo artist. Imagine that, just driving about by yourself.
oh god.
Could you imagine if you actually did? You just drove to your own gigs. That would be really sad, wouldn't it? Yeah, you need a bit of camaraderie backstage.
Yeah. And I like cock up loads on stage, so I've got no one to laugh about it with anything.
Oh, but it's like I couldn't do that. Like you're so exposed, aren't you, just standing there on your own?
Oh yeah. Like open mics are the worst, because that's how I started when I was like 14, and it was crap. But when you just have like all big men like that, and they're just listening to you, and you're just a weedy 14-year-old lad, just singing Wonderwall with it as if they've never heard it before. And then, yeah, it was
Everyone's
good,
got to start somewhere, though.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's a starting point for any musician, isn't it? Picking up a guitar and playing Wonderwall. That is the first thing you do.
That's the moment, actually. Yeah, that's the moment. I mean, I don't really play guitar like, you know, now. And dance around like a bit of a lunatic, like, you know.
Do you?
Well, yeah, I like to move a bit, to be honest, Sam. Yeah, I like to.
I have to check. We have to check some. You got stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, but I have the
bed.
guitar, and the only thing that's on YouTube. We've got 6 members now, so we've got 6 members: 2 guitarists, keys, bass, drums. Oh yeah, and then me as well. And then, but we was a 5-piece like when we did the Fest that was on in September, because that was the only like real like, you know, outdoor gig where there was like quite a number of people. So we did that, but yeah, I was still playing guitar because it was like the first. You know, it was the first one really. So just wanted to get a bit.
Do you prefer then? Do you prefer performing without playing the guitar?
It really just depends. I think my singing's a bit better, and I like holding mic when I don't play. When I don't play, I think I sing better. But then, like, you know, when you've got your guitar, you're a bit safer, aren't you? Because you've got something to hide behind in a way. So,
or just do a Liam Gallagher and just put your hands behind your back.
I love dancing too much. I
love that though. I love that. That's really cool. I'll have to check it out because I
did have a nice jumper to wear today. Do you know, for this? Because I thought
you had a nice jumper to wear.
Yeah, so I put on this nice jumper. I thought, oh, everyone won't think I'm trying to sound like Liam Gallagher now or look like him. And I was about to come in, and then I spilt mouthwash all down the front of it, so I ended up with this one.
Oh, that old chestnut.
You know. Did you believe me?
I'm always like that. I'm so clumsy and stuff. I'm always getting food down me. Like the second I put something white on, no doubt, like subconsciously, I'll choose to eat like curry or something like that, and I'll always spill food on myself. And sometimes I don't know it, so I'm in the shop and I'm like, oh fucking hell, dirty bitch, food all down, yeah. Yeah. Oh well, you just shoved a coat on then, did you, last minute? Shove a jacket on over the top.
Yeah, a bit of a baggy coat, so you can't tell how many takeaways I've had over last year.
Oh, don't! It's that time of year, isn't it? When you just, I just feel, and I'm still going. Like even now, I've got so much food left. I'm just like this constantly. I don't think I felt hungry since November. It's bad, isn't it? And that's the trouble as well. Like when being in lockdown, it kind of like excuses you to get takeaways because you think,
oh yeah, definitely, because it's the only thing to look forward to really for some people. Like if you're sat on your own, or if you've not got a girlfriend and stuff, or a boyfriend or whatever, and you just think, well, I'll go on, I'll phone them up, see how my pals up the road are doing, and then
it's bad when they know your name, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah, they all like I've got a group up the road, and I phone up and they go, "You're right, Hartley," the usual. Oh, shite.
What's your go-to takeaway?
I'm a sucker for a Chinese. But the do you know what? Friday night, if I don't get Chinese, it's just burger and chips. I think
can't beat it. I had an Indian last night.
Burger, as long as you get the right burger or a wrap or something, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. I do. I had an Indian takeaway last night. I ate so much food. I just felt so ill after. And then I sat there in the evening with a cup of coffee and I was like, oh, I just went and got a handful of Quality Street. I'm like, what? Just stop. For the love of God, women, just stop eating. It's not right. Yes, I'm going to, from tomorrow, officially, I'll be on a health kick, which will probably last about 10 days. So obviously, we still don't know exactly when things are going to come back, but do you have any like shows lined up or?
Do, yeah, I have my first show of the year is in March the 6th in Sheffield at the Sydney. Is it Sydney and Matilda? I'm oh God, I know.
It's a gig in Sheffield. That's okay.
I'm outlining the gig in Sheffield, but do you know, I've heard from like my family before that we don't know if we're having stricter measures again. So
So is it at
you
the
just
moment, is
don't
it
know.
set as a non, like it's not socially distanced at the moment?
I think it will be socially distanced, or it's been advertised as socially distanced to start off with, and I think it's 50 people can come in. I might be wrong. I might be so short here. I don't, but I think that's how it is for now. And then they'll see how this vaccine goes on and build from there. But
Yeah.
it's just so all up in the air in the minute, like.
Especially at the moment where it's just like worse than it's ever been. It's just, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You just don't know. But I hope so. It's a couple of months to go. But the thing is, it's really weird. Like at the start of lockdown, like 2 months in the future seemed like a long time. Like even in my head, I thought, oh, Glastonbury could be on
Yeah.
still. But then now you look back and you think, of course it wouldn't have been on. Like, this is bound to go on for a long time. But yeah, I'm missing the gigs. What was the last gig that you attended as a fan?
As a fan, I last attended the Amazons. I went with James Thomas, actually.
Did you? He likes the
Yeah,
Amazons,
thanks
doesn't
for having
he?
me on as well, James. Thanks for asking me. But
Oh,
yeah, oh, I love him. I love him. I think
I
they're
love
great.
them too. I went to their last album tour. I think it was November 19. I went and saw them on my birthday in Bristol,
Oh
and it was
yeah,
really good. And they had. Did you go to the show? They had like the big flame on stage.
yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, yeah. I went to the one in Bristol. They're brilliant. I loved their last album.
Oh, they are cool. Yeah, they're really cool.
They're proper rock stars, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. My last gig was, I'm sure, all my podcasts, I swear I say it every single time. Do you know what I mean? If we talk about your last gig, is every single podcast that I do, I'm like, my last gig was DMA's at Brixton in March.
Oh, it's a good one to talk about, though.
It was a really good gig. Yeah, it just seems mad that it was like 2 weeks before we all got locked down.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I went to the because I like my boxing as well. I like watching boxing and stuff. And I went with my uncle and my cousin to watch Scott Quigg at the MEN, like literally 10 days before it all happened. And then I had to go into like I had to drive through Manchester for something. Do you know, the day after we got locked down, and we had to go through it. And oh God, I forgot what it was, but it was just a complete ghost town. And I thought, wow, like 10, 11 days ago, we were in there with 20,000 people or something.
I know.
It's just
No.
crazy how it just went like that.
And it's crazy how we didn't because I can remember joking about it, thinking, because they said, oh, this virus is coming. And I didn't ever take it seriously until like a week later. And I was like, Jesus. And I was quite ill actually after DMA. So I had like a cough and a temperature. So I don't know whether I caught like a mild bit of it. Who knows? But at the time, we still didn't even really think about it. And I went to my brother's 30th birthday party as well, the weekend after, with loads of other people. It's crazy. And I think back now and I think, God, it's just going to be weird getting back to normal again, I think. Like, it's not going
Yeah,
to be
it's
like, go, you
crazy.
can all go out now, it's fine.
It's like you've got some of your best mates like in the entire world, and do you know, used to be at gigs like all arms around each other, hugging it, going, oh, I love you too, come on, you know that, like, and now it's, oh, I'm not meeting you if you've got a cough, oh, you can forget it, so, and like, do
I
you
know.
know, it's
I wonder
mad.
how long it's going to take for that all to come back. Like, just things that you never thought you'd miss out on, like being able to meet up with your friends, being able to hug like your mum or your gran or something.
Oh,
Like, who in their lifetime would ever think that would be literally made illegal?
yeah, and just the words, yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
I think I'm quite hopeful that maybe in a few 3 to 4 months or something that we'll start
Yeah,
being able to do more things. I hope so anyway. So you say that you've been able to record music this year.
I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I released the song last in August, and I've got a new one that I'm gonna release soon. No, I'm gonna record it soon, but I'll release it not much after it anyway. But yeah, I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go and do it in back end of December, but then all this business happened again, and then like tier 3 we still could have done it because like workplace and all
Yeah.
that business, but yeah, as soon as tier 4 it was after everything's kind of knocked things on the head, so
You can't actually go into the studio then at the moment.
no, I think I'll be doing it from home and then sending it over.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because we've got the music. Like it's just my vocals that need putting on it. So yeah, I think I could do that at home and then just fire it over, and best we can do, really, I suppose.
Yeah, it's so difficult, isn't it? It's so difficult for bands that have to record together to get. But I've been, I say, saying like this, the music last year, I was so impressed just by the amount
Yeah.
of amazing music that was released.
It was great, really, because it's
Yeah.
like the best songs. The best songs are always written when you're on your own. Like every time I've done a song, actually, I've been in this chair like every single time. I've had the acoustic out and done it here because, like, do you know, if things were normal and you would have been happy and stuff, like you're out with your mates. Do you know what I mean? So you wouldn't have had time to write the songs and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so you
been
found it been like positive for your creativity.
for creativity and watching telly. Yeah, definitely.
All your songs gonna be about Gavin and Stacey.
I think they are.
But that's good though. Like I don't know much about songwriting. I couldn't do it. So that's good that you can still find inspiration. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of songs, like I think even some songs that released last year, like about sort of like hoping or kind of like feeling trapped and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was still blown away. So much good music was released, and I'm sure this year will be the same. But yeah,
No.
so you say you've got a new single hopefully coming out soon once you can record and release it. Are there any
Yeah,
plans
yeah.
for like an EP perhaps, or an
I
album
think
down
an
the line?
EP further at the back end of this year, probably. I'd like to do 2 singles first, and then see if everybody wants an EP and stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, see how it goes.
I have had a listen because until James, I didn't know of your music until James
Yeah.
said that we were going to do a podcast. So I have been listening to you and it sounds great.
Oh,
So who
thank you
would you
very
say,
much.
like, who would you say like is your inspirations? Do you have any inspirations for music?
Oh yeah. There's loads. Do you know, obviously coming from like Bury, like near Manchester and stuff, and growing up round here, like it'd be a crime not to say Noel Gallagher, for living near Manchester. Noel and Liam, love Blossoms, Caged Elephant, and this year I've really, really got myself into Nothing But Thieves. Well, last year I
Great
really got
band.
myself into Nothing But Thieves, yeah.
Yeah, they're a great
So
band.
yeah, just try and grab things that you love from everyone really, and see where it goes, see if it's any good.
Yeah, it's the music capital of the world, though, isn't it, Manchester?
Yeah,
Million
it's got to
percent.
be.
It's such a good place. I see. I came up to do a show with James and Stu in October.
Yeah,
Probably should. Well, say we probably shouldn't have done, really, considering the situation. But that was really good. But that was the last time I've ever been anywhere, really. But I love Manchester. It feels like a home from home. I do love coming
yeah.
up.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant, and I think like the crowds are really nice down here, up here, and then yeah, I'd say here for gigging for like me wise, here in Glasgow, it it's just like brilliant. Everyone's always like dead happy once it's like
Yeah.
gone past 6 o'clock on a Saturday.
Well, in Scotland, don't they have like a midnight curfew or something? I'm sure. Or
Oh my, yeah, you can't.
I don't think you
Wait,
can
you're
order a
talking?
beer. Well, you can't order one at all at the moment, but normally.
I think it's you can't get them from the shop. Do you know, like if you go in corner shops and stuff
Yeah.
and supermarkets, like you can't get them after thingy. But I think we were out in clubs until after o'clock.
Yeah. I've
So
never been to
yeah.
Glasgow. Glasgow's on my list. I'd love to
Oh,
go.
you really should. Yeah, it should be one of the first things you do when you get out.
Oh, I hope so. I was supposed to organise loads of gigs last September, and one of them was in Glasgow. It was going to be in Glasgow, but it never happened. So maybe this year I'll get them done again.
Yeah,
Um,
fingers crossed.
oh, I hope so. I really, really do. I was going to ask you a question. My mind's gone completely blank. So I'll carry on talking anyway. Oh yeah,
It's all right.
what's the best venue that you've played before? Like
Ooh.
either as you now or as part of your band that you were in.
When I was in the band, I mean, we got on. I've got to say, for here, the Deaf Institute, That was amazing. For Glasgow, a place called the Record Factory, but we were very lucky. We were very lucky out in the band because we got to be a part of the the British Sound Project in 2018. And
Yeah,
I saw your because I checked out some of your podcasts before, earlier on today, and you had John on from Reverend and the Makers, and he was on the bill
that was
when
one of our first ones.
Yeah, he was.
Broadcasting
they
live from San Francisco. He was great. He was brilliant fun.
Yeah, that was it was class. But then that was the first time I'd ever seen him live, and I got to go in another bit because I were playing, and then I was just like, oh, I'm having that.
Did they play after you or before you?
Oh no, definitely after.
Oh, actually. I think it was on a different day or something. But no, that's how good a Reverend and Makers live.
Oh, they're brilliant. And then it was
John is so good at connecting with the crowd. Like whenever I've seen them live, he just always gets the crowd just like bouncing around. It's great.
Oh, he's just got it, John. He has just got it.
And I think as well, like people that haven't seen Reverend and the Makers, if you're not really necessarily a huge fan or you don't really listen to their music too much, like once you see them live, you'll understand why they've got such a strong fan base.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just the always of that. I think even if they went away for touch wood they don't, but say if they went away for 5 years or something and then they come back, I think the fan base would still be just as strong.
Absolutely.
And that's special, that, because not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, I remember watching. I think it was the Libertines. I think it was the Libertines at Hyde Park. They headlined, and Reverend and the Makers were. I'm sure it's Libertines at Hyde Park. Quite a few years ago now. But I think Reverend Makers played in the tent, but we couldn't get anywhere near because there was just so many people trying to watch them. It was crazy. I can remember hearing them thinking, I really want to watch them. It's not fair, but there was no room. But yeah, they're great band. So who's your favourite band then? Who would you say is your favourite band ever?
That I've ever seen?
Ever. Oh, just ever, yeah.
Oh God, that is a question, that. Ever? I mean, you'd have to say Oasis, Roses, Verve, but I've been a big lover of Kasabian as well. They made me want to pick up an electric guitar and just these tunes that make you want to.
Yeah, they are just like that, just so much swagger. Kasabian's one of my most watched bands. It's a shame what's happened and stuff. They're incredible live, aren't they? And they've got such a great. I love all their albums too. I think I've seen them on pretty much every album tour. Kasabian. Yeah, great band. I wonder what they're going to do next. Who knows?
Well, I mean, Serge did that SLP thing, didn't he? He did the album, and that was brilliant.
It was Trance off that album is such a good song.
That's the one I was going to say. Yeah.
It's such a good song. Yeah, was it called Nobody Else, wasn't it? But I loved that, and especially that track. I think it was one of my most listened to songs a couple of years ago when it first came out. I loved it. Yeah, fantastic. He's really good. I could see Serge as taking over, but I think a lot of people wouldn't agree with it.
Yeah, no, I think if he did that and wanted to front it, I think well, who am I to tell Serge what to do? But from a fan's perspective, if he was going to front it, I'd rather I'd like to see it just as the SLP, because I think to do it as Kasabian, it would be different, and they're definitely not. I know what's happened, but they're definitely not going to replace Tom.
No. No, I know, it's such a shame because they were just, and I still think they had a load of life left in them as well as a band.
Definitely. So, did they say they were splitting up, or did they?
Well, yeah, they said they were parting ways. So, but who knows? Apparently, a lot of the issues have been sorted out, but we'll see. Maybe they'll come back.
Yeah, who knows? For sure. But if I could go and see anybody, it'd have to be Noel and Liam. They're both my most watched. I've seen them 3 or 4 times each.
Me too.
And, they're just brilliant. And Richard Ashcroft as well. He was supporting Liam twice for him.
Did you go to the old Trafford and Finsbury Park?
I went to the Old Trafford one. Was on my 21st birthday.
Oh, was it? I was there.
Yeah, so perfect night. And And then that's actually how I met the guy because I was in the band at the time. So when we were on we were there for my 21st birthday, and then I bumped into a guy called Steve Wood, who and he got me on the sound project. So like everything just happened that night.
If Carlsberg did 21st birthday parties.
Yeah, I didn't do so bad, did I?
I can't even remember my 21st birthday party. I was just drunk somewhere, I expect. That's a way to celebrate. That's brilliant. Yeah, that was such a good gig as well. And I know Richard Ashcroft is a little bit worse for wear, but he still sounded amazing. He still sounded like his vocals are so powerful and so spot on. But yeah, that was a great day.
Got like a bit of a rasp, and he got that rasp behind his voice as well.
Yeah, I just don't know how he does it though, because he was kind of like, I was looking at him thinking, you've had a few sherbets beforehand. But no, he was brilliant. It was such a good day. Same at Finsbury as well. Yeah. So I'm obviously a big new music fan. So do you have like any recommendations for new music or anyone that you think our listeners would like?
Obviously go and listen to James Hartley.
Obviously go and listen to James Hartley. That is top of your list. Top of your list. In fact, you should be listening to it in the background while you're watching this podcast.
So I'd say it'd be nice if you would. If you don't,
we'll put the links up anyway. Spotify.
Right, cheers. But yeah, like I was really into listening to nothing but thieves. Obviously, I'd say Blossoms, but like it's not that new anymore, is it? So for unsigned bands, my best mates in a band also called Fuzzy Sun, George, and they are like.
Yeah, I've heard of Fuzzy Sun.
The business that really worth listening to.
Are they from Manchester too?
Like Stockport Way, Manchester. I think they're all from around. Yeah, they're all local anyway. So.
There's so much good new music out there though. Like I listen to so many new bands. I do find it just overwhelming sometimes. There's just so much music. It's great. It's good that everyone's still inspired to kind of make a band, but it's still every like teenage boy's dream, isn't it? Still to be in a rock and roll band.
Oh yeah, like it'll never go away. It's like that's the reason why we have tribute bands and stuff. Everyone wants to get up there and do, but it's tough. Like if they're happy doing it, just let them go.
Oh, I've always wanted to know like what it's like to perform, so that must be a good feeling. As long as you do well.
Everyone will be rushing out now, so now's your chance. Sam.
Now's my chance. Oh, I can't sing a blinking note or play. I used to play the trumpet when I was little. I used to be in a brass band. My grandpa was a conductor. You know, the dude that waves his stick around. Waves his stick. His stick. Waves his stick around to control the orchestra. So he did that, but he made like me and all my cousins and siblings and stuff. We all played an instrument. So me and my family got the brass section.
When you're doing that.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's for. But yeah, we got the brass section in my family.
When they're there. You what?
I said no. So my granddad made us all play instruments. So my family, me and my two brothers, got the brass section. So I had a trumpet or a cornet, a condensed trumpet. And my brother had this thing called a euphonium, so it's like smaller than a tuba. My other brother had the trombone, but then other cousins were like string. And we used to have to perform at Christmas to everyone. Like performing monkeys. But yeah, I've not done that since I was about, since I was about 14, 15. And then he's kind of just turned a bit rebellious. Yeah. But no, it would be good. I'll come and play the, I've got a, what do you call it? What? Hold on. Tambourine. I'll come play tambourine.
Oh, right. Now we're talking.
I'll go and show you. Hold on.
No worries.
It's on my Oasis shelf. I always do this.
Here we go.
And I bought this. I started tambourine. I was watching Liam Gallagher. Was he at Glastonbury watching a performance at Glastonbury? Or was it Oasis?
Always got one knocking about, Liam.
And I bought it drunk one night last summer. So yeah, I'll come and be a tambourinist.
That'll do that.
I've got like an Oasis shelf. It's just all my Oasis stuff.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. At least you've got a good band to have a full shelf for.
That's what it's not. To be fair, that's only part of it. I've got a music room upstairs with like posters and other stuff. I can only fit like so much in that one, but yeah, I love them. I'm obsessed.
Oh, fair dues then.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to say or promote or?
Yeah, I'd just like to say a massive thanks to everybody who's followed me so far over the last year. I know I only got to go out once, but you know, like I got to release 4 songs and everyone got behind them really well. So I've got to say a massive thank you for that. I will be releasing tunes as soon as I can because there's plenty there. We'll be getting back on gigs, and you know, have a great year, everyone. Thanks for supporting me, and thanks for having me, Sam, and cheers for James for asking me as well.
It's our pleasure. So you are number 3 on our Pentatonic podcast, which is good. Me and Garden Party, when we chatted, because when Stu edits them and stuff, like he likes me to do it kind of like half an hour. But me and Garden Party were chatting for nearly an hour. So I thought I'll be good today because he's got to edit it all. But no, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. And I'll put your links out to your Spotify. And if you're watching, make sure you follow. What's your tag? What's your handle on Twitter?
It's just at James Hartley, but with 2 Y's because it's a bit edgy.
There we go. Edgy James. So it's at James Hartley with 2 Y's. So please do make sure you give him a follow, ladies and gents.